Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and Set Faces to Stunned. There's been a survey, shall we say? There's been a survey, and people were asked who they consider to be the hardest politician in Britain. Not the hardest to understand, not the hardest to sort of work out how dim they are. Just who do you reckon is the best one in a fight? You know, who's going to go in and launch it and, you know, smack in the teeth in a fight? Who's that hard man? Who is it? Well, the result, of course, is that it's Beryl, Stephen Flynn. He's seen as Britain's hardest MP. Well, we're going to take a look at this, but when you see the picture of it, I immediately thought of something else as soon as I saw the picture used in the piece. Well, have a look. Hard done by. Let's have a look at this article and then let's just laugh at this because it's unbelievable. Here goes. So, SNP MP named the hardest politician in Britain in magazine survey of Westminster. Stephen Flynn was described as having a combination of henchness and actual karate technique. I think he's only considered hard because he's bald. You know, he's not hard, he's bald. Now, I want you to look at this image here of him, right? I'm going to bring in this picture here. Can you see what they look like? Stephen Flynn is he's basically just an albino howler monkey, but without the hair. Hard my arse. An SNP MP has been named the hardest politician in Britain. Hard of thinking, perhaps. Hardest to understand. And it's by a London-based current affairs magazine. Stephen Flynn, who last year replaced Ian Blackford as the nationalist leader in Westminster, was chosen for the tongue-in-cheek title following a survey of journalists by The Fence. You wonder whose tongue is in whose cheek. The magazine described the MP for Aberdeen South as a worthy winner, with one anonymous journalist claiming Flynn possessed a combination of henchness and actual karate technique. Yeah, my God, how awful is it? He also said Flynn had received more nominations for the award than Tory MPs Dominic Raab and Johnny Mercer. Former Deputy Prime Minister Raab captained Oxford University's karate team and has a black belt, while Veterans Minister Mercer served in Afghanistan. Professional soldier, not just gobshite with no hair. That makes him, of course, the gallant, my gallant friend, as they do their addressing in Parliament. Anyway, Labour Deputy Leader Angela Rayner and Afghan veteran Clive Lewis were given bronze medals by the magazine. Well, to be fair, Angela Rayner has done an awful lot of hard work, but most of it, of course, on her back. Responding to Flynn's victory, SNP Social Justice spokesman David Linden tweeted, "Mega lols. He's a big softie, really." He's an idiot, but hey, you know. The Fence said its survey of Britain's hardest politicians was prompted, as things so often are around these parts, by a pub table conversation some weeks back. There has never before been an award ceremony for Britain's hardest politician, but if the events of the past week have proven anything, it's that we need one. What we actually need, then, is to get a cage and put them in. Do a bit of cage fight between these various MPs. You know, we don't care who wins. This is the thing, you don't care. As long as one of them pummels the hell out of the other, you know, winner stays on. And just go in until eventually they're all in there, you know. Be cracking, wouldn't it? No weight differential, just next in Theresa May up against Prescott or something. That way he's not MP anymore, but I'd have paid money for that. Oh, I would have paid money. Anyway, Flynn became the SNP Westminster leader in December following a coup which ousted his predecessor Blackford, who went off to spend more times in Greggs. He beat Nicola Sturgeon ally Alison Thewlis in a leadership contest with a 26-17 majority, and he thinks that gives him power. But it doesn't. Flynn, who writes a regular column for the Daily Record, oh, he can write, has also been touted by some as a potential future leader of the party, despite only being an MP for less than 4 years. I believe, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the rules of the SNP say you have to be an MSP to be leader. Pretty sure that's the case, isn't it? So he'd have to give up Westminster and go back up to Scotland. Does he want to take the pay cut? Who knows? Anyway, the Aberdeen South MP has been praised for his performances against Rishi Sunak at Prime Minister's questions. He often keeps his answers short, is direct, and does not use any notes, which is a fair comment. It is a fair comment, unlike Mary Black, who waffles. And who was her name? The Greens, Lorna Slater. She can't actually answer questions. She can only read prepared statements. And then if you ask her or interrupt her when she's reading it, she gets totally flustered. That's to start again. And I don't know where I am. She's the worst orator. I don't know how that woman ever became an MP. She's the worst orator. Cannot sit there. Cannot think on her feet. But at least he can. I'll give him that. He's not a complete idiot. He's terrible politics, but not a complete idiot. Anyway, he also keeps his hands in his pocket. Yeah, well, if I was around that bunch, I'd keep my hand in my wallet as well. He told the Daily Record earlier this year that he does this to keep the Tories there. What, in his pocket? Hey, good. I just think he's guarding his wallet. The practice has caused uproar from the Tories, with the MPs on the Conservative benches often shouting at him while he speaks. Flynn said he didn't intentionally put his hand in his pocket at first, but he has continued doing so because of the reaction on the Tory benches. In football, the term "in his pocket" is usually described when a defender has dominated the player that they're marking. Yeah, well, whatever. Don't need to know that. In the SNP, in your pocket means you've been given a sufficiently large envelope filled with notes, doesn't it? A lot of that happens. But yeah, there he is. So look, just think, the albino howler monkey. And he's supposed to be Britain's hardest politician. I suspect he's often in that position, usually on his knees. But I'll leave the rest of you to fill that particular image in your head. Anyway, I shall round off there, come up, and we'll just carry on laughing at the bruiser that is Beryl. The press can be quite cruel, can't they? Which is excellent. If you can't take it, don't put your head above the parapet, is what I say. Take the abuse if you're willing to stand there and say and speak your mind. I do. But he's not hard, is he? Not hard. I mean, oh, look at him, he does a bit of karate. Does he? Does he really? I don't think he does. Who knows? You know, a bit of verbal gymnastics. Shows himself up to be, you know, sometimes out of touch. Hard. Come off it. It's like saying Jacob Rees-Mogg is hard. Mind you, he is, isn't he? He's got 94 children. Between them, him and Boris. You know, their father had over 200 children, apparently. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Let's all go off and have a laugh at Beryl's expense. But we'll move on because there is still a load of stories to come. And I'm still waiting for the latest, of course, on Michael Matheson. So do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And I'll speak to you later. Bye.